Hi, and welcome to Tech Talk, the Banker's video series on everything fintech. I'm Joy Macknight, technology editor at The Banker, and I'm here at Innovate Finance Global Summit with Guy Halford-Thompson, CEO of BTL Group, which deals a lot with blockchain. Can you tell me a little bit about what BTL Group does within the financial services industry?
So BTL is a blockchain technology company. We're founded in Canada, but with offices in Vancouver, Calgary, and London. And we're developing a private enterprise-focused blockchain platform called Innovate. What Innovate brings to the financial services is reduced risk, reduced complexity, and reduced cost. And the way that we're doing that is by applying blockchain technology in the financial services in ways that drastically reduces a lot of the complexity of what it really comes down to is IT infrastructure, and that it means it's cheaper to build, cheaper to maintain, and results in an overall reduction in the cost of those systems.
Okay, and there's a lot of talk around public versus private blockchains. What is the difference?
So public blockchain, when we think of public blockchains, we typically think of the Bitcoin blockchain. A public blockchain is a blockchain in which anyone can participate, anyone can run what we call in the industry a node on the network. And the network is essentially controlled by all of the participants, but anyone can come and join the network. In a private blockchain, and Innovate is a private blockchain, in a private blockchain, there's a known group of participants that are members of the network. So it might be a group of banks, for example, or we're also running a pilot in the energy space where there's a group of energy companies. But it's always a group of companies or a network where all of the participants are known, and those participants can set and determine the rules of the network.
Okay, and what are the use cases? What would be the use cases for the private versus public blockchain?
In public blockchains, use cases typically are focused around consumers. So in the case of the Bitcoin blockchain, that use case is transfer of value. So anyone can participate and transfer value of the Bitcoin blockchain. Another well-known public blockchain is Ethereum, and we have this concept of what we call decentralized applications, or to use the industry term, dApps. And these are any type of application, so systems that are built on the Ethereum blockchain, but they're focused at consumers, so anyone can participate and use them. Private blockchains are much more focused on enterprise. So at BTL, we're developing Innovate, an enterprise-focused blockchain with a big focus on privacy and scalability. So whereas public blockchains will scale to a few hundred, maybe 1,000 transactions per second. With Innovate, we're scaling it to hundreds of thousands of transactions per second to meet the needs, especially of the large financial institutions. And these applications in enterprises are anywhere where enterprises or companies are looking to share data with their counterparties. So anytime where you have a payment between counterparties, or an energy trade between counterparties, or for example sharing customer information or KYC data, to use the industry term, between counterparties, applying blockchain technology can drastically reduce the cost of both building and maintaining those systems.
Okay, how do you think that blockchain or distributed ledger technology is really going to disrupt the correspondent banking industry?
Today, if you want to send money from Europe to North America, it can take up to 3 days. No one ever asked the question, how long does it take to send an email to North America? It's a ridiculous question. In a digital world, it should be instant to move money across borders. And what we see today is a system where these various different platforms aren't able to reach an agreement. At BTL, our mission is to bring the world's critical systems into consensus, which really means to bring them into an agreement. When you send money, or you send money through a correspondent banking network, you instantly know that money has been sent, but it takes up to 3 days for those systems to reach an agreement that yes, the money has now been sent and arrived. By applying blockchain technology, we're drastically reducing the time it takes for that process to occur, largely through automating a lot of the compliance and regulation processes that today are done by the banks themselves, moving those processes onto the blockchain, applying smart contract technology to automate those processes. We're able to bring those systems into consensus and drastically reduce the time and, at the end of the day, the cost to send money through correspondent banking networks.
Okay, and I know you're doing a pilot with Visa. Can you explain a little bit about that?
So we've run a 6-month pilot with Visa, which is looking at exactly that, looking at how we can apply interbid and blockchain technology to correspondent banking. And that's looking at reducing the time, reducing the risk in a network. Anytime money is moving, it's at risk. And by reducing the time and the risk, we greatly reduce the cost associated with moving the money through that network. So the latest part of that pilot involves 6 European banks who have all been participating in the pilot, providing feedback, and we've been looking at how we can apply the technology in the space.
Excellent. Thanks so much for joining us today, Guy.
Thank you very much.